Now we will be calculating the impulse response of the matched filter. In the previous lecture we have already seen that we calculated the error probability for the matched filter, then we calculated the transfer function as well as the SNR of the matched filter, and now we are going to calculate the impulse response for the same filter. We know that the impulse response we know that how the impulse response and the transfer function of any system is related to each other. The transfer function is the Fourier transform of the impulse response of the system. Or you can say that if we take out the inverse Fourier transform of the transfer function, we will get the impulse response. Basically, transfer function is in frequency domain and impulse response is in time domain. So we have already calculated the value of the transfer function HF. You can see here HF has already been calculated by the derivation, and its value was k times x conjugate f divided by SNIF e to the power minus j 2 pi ft. Let us recall again each term in this equation 5.50. Here HF was the transfer function of the matched filter, k was a constant, x conjugate f was the conjugate of xf, where xf was the Fourier transform of xt. SNIF here is the power spectral density of the wide Gaussian noise, and we know for the wide Gaussian noise the PSD is given by n0 by 2, and the rest of the term is e to the power minus j 2 pi ft. Now let us substitute the value of SNIF in this equation, then finally we will get this equation. We have kept the value of SNIF, you can see here, and the transfer function becomes is equals to HF is equals to k x conjugate f divided by, in place of SNIF we have written n0 by 2 because the value of SNIF is n0 by 2, multiplied by e to the power minus j 2 pi ft. Rearranging the equation, we got this equation. 2 हमारा न्यूमरेटर में चला गया और n0 डिनोमिनेटर में, we got this equation. Now we know that it is a very important property of Fourier transform that conjugate of xf is equals to minus xf, x of minus f, that if we take the conjugate of xf we will get x minus f. Now let us see what we are going to do in this equation. We will be substituting here x conjugate f by x minus f. So let us see what our equation will become. Okay, so here we got the equation finally. HF is equals to, in place of x conjugate f we have kept the value of x minus f. Now see, just I told in the beginning that impulse response can be taken out by taking the inverse Fourier transform of HF. HF we have got here. So let us take out the inverse Fourier transform of HF. We will get this value. Inverse Fourier transform of 2k by n0 x minus f e to the power minus j 2 pi ft. Now here to solve this equation we are going to use the time shifting property which we studied in Fourier transform. What is the time shifting property? If x minus t is given by Fourier transform of x minus t is given by x minus f, then the Fourier transform of the same signal xt shifted by t seconds, that is xt minus t, is given by x minus f e to the power minus j 2 pi ft. This equation is representing the time shifting property which is used in the Fourier transform. You can go and check back the lectures of signal and system, that what is the time shifting property. Now relate this equation with this time shifting property, what we will get, the impulse response will come equal to 2k by n0 x t minus t. Now we know that xt is nothing but x1t minus x2t, that was the input to the matched filter. x1t and x2t were what? Either binary 1 or binary 0. So for xt minus t, we will be substituting x1t minus x2t, because the value of t here is t is equals to t minus t. So the final equation will come equal to 2k by n naught x1t minus t minus x2t minus t. This is the required expression which calculates the impulse response of the matched filter. So it is quite easy, because we have already calculated the transfer function. We have to do nothing. We have to just take out the inverse Fourier transform of that transfer function in order to obtain the impulse response. And while taking out the inverse Fourier transform, we have used the time shifting property, which is a very important property of Fourier transform, and finally we got the impulse response for the matched filter given by equation 5.55. So by the time we have calculated error probability for matched filter, transfer function for matched filter, impulse response of matched filter, as well as the SNR for matched filter. Also, we calculated the error probability in ASK, PSK and FSK systems. All systems were taken to be binary, that is, either the message signal was binary 1 or binary 0. So this whole scenario or concept gives us or tells us about the performance analysis of any digital communication system. Why? Because the performance of any digital communication system is basically taken in terms of bit error rate or probability of error. As we know that in analog communication, we saw that the figure of merit or signal to noise ratio was the main concept which tells about the performance analysis in analog systems. In the same way, for digital communication systems, bit error rate, or you can say probability of error, reveals about the performance of any digital communication system. So it plays a very major role while we study any digital communication system. And remember, the basic concepts which were used here were Parseval's energy theorem was used, which is also known as Rayleigh's energy theorem. Then error function, complementary error function ERFC was used. So finally the third unit of digital communication is completed.